Welcome back. We are now off to our second tunnel for the day. As I said before, on the RailNet site, this is known as the Sugarloaf tunnel. We do have Mount Sugarloaf in the distance there. So you can either refer to this one as Richmond Vale No.2 or Sugarloaf. I think the official name of it must be Sugarloaf for them to write that on the website, because if you have a look at the other two tunnels, they're written down as Richmond Vale No.1 and Richmond Vale No.3. So again, we're in the gully here. Should be easy to get to. I can't see there being any problems. I'm glad that I didn't drive up the road and come in from a side track. I can actually walk where the train once was. Dumping of tyres. That one's in the tree up there. How bald that is. See how long it takes from here to the portal. I'll let you guys know. I could see what's ever in front of us from a distance, and even from this close up I still can't tell what it is. It looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff dumped up here from a long time ago. Oh, it's a car. A really old car. It's on its roof with the doors open. It was white once upon a time. I don't have Mavericks here to tell me what it is. They haven't burnt it. I can't tell what it is. Golf? I'm not too sure. Once we hit this place at night, I'm sure Mavericks will let me know. It's got some skinny tyres on it, whatever it is. Some cheese cutters, as we used to call them back in the day. There we go, what does it say here? CS Limited. Does that ring any bells for anyone? A CS Limited. Just trying to see if there's a badge somewhere. I can make out what it is, but no, I wouldn't have a clue. I'm sure someone in the comments section will let me know what kind of car that is. If it was the right way around, I could probably look in the engine bay and see a compliance plate, but too hard for me to tell here. I was starting to doubt a little bit if this was where the train used to run along, because down here you've got a massive drop, which I thought was a cutting and the train run, but what that is down there, I'm pretty sure I had a look at that on Google Maps, that's Blue Gum Creek, if I'm correct. It did say that we'd be walking along the side of it, so very easy along this stretch. There was a little bit of a problem back up there, but you could get around the side of it. Even easy if you're not carrying stuff over your shoulder that I am. It's hard for me to squeeze through the branches with my tack belt. See that bird? It looked like a willy wagtail, but I don't think it was. A little bit too big. It took off in a real hurry. We've got some more dumping up here. Fingers crossed that the portal on this side is open, because if it's not, we will have to come in from the other side and take a picture that way, and then measuring it might be a bit of an issue. What have we got here? A dryer or washing machine? A tumble dryer. There you go. If anyone knows their business about repairing white goods, get your ass down here and fix the tumble dryer. Well, I need some help here, guys. What do we do? Do we go up that way or do we go that way? I did notice a fence here, barbed wire fence. That's on this section. There was another one here. I don't know if this side's private property. I'm not quite sure where to go now. I'm trying to look for hints. Oh, here's the fence here as well. This looks like it heads up. Would they have put that steep grade in back in the 1850s? I would think not. I could be wrong. So if you do get to the tumble dryer, I'm going to take the right hand side, and if I'm wrong, well, you know to take the left. Ooh, not looking good through here at all. Don't tell me I'm going to have to get dirty. Might be sludgy as well. I think I can get along there, but I'm going to need both my hands to grab onto some of the trees along there. Navigated that pretty easy, just up the side there. Yeah, there's no way. I suppose you could go up and come down that little bit there and come on this side, but we're in a cutting now again where they would have blasted rocks on either side. Here's one that's fallen away from the cliff here. It is quite muddy on this particular stretch. We've got our trusty boomerangs on. If we need to walk in the water, we shall do so. I think I made the right decision in going the way that I did. I'll get a picture up through here. That looks rather beautiful. Oh, here we go. We've got a huge section here that is waterlogged. A huge section. Can we walk along the top there? We probably could, and I don't know how. We probably could walk along this side as well. And there's the tunnel right there. Wow. Okay, and it looks like it's got water in it. I wouldn't say it's flooded, unless that's just the reflection of the portal from the other side. How would there be water in it? It might have a ventilation shaft. How are you, old timer? I've just been to see your older brother. He says to say hello. This, my friends, is Sugarloaf Railway Tunnel, 1857 to 1962. Let me just get the torch on in there because it looks like it's wet. I could be wrong. Yeah, she's wet. All right, it looks like to be rocks, that gravel, large gravel on the bottom. So I'm going to try to walk through it. I don't know how deep it's going to get. Measuring this might be a problem. What I'm going to have to do is run the distance measuring wheel up along the side here. Let me get a few pictures of the portal back here because I might get dirty, and then we'll walk through it and see how we go. All right, I've come in through the southern portal and we're walking to the north. We're going to give it a crack. I don't know how successful we're going to be. It looks rather deep in places. You ready to come with me? Let's see if it's too muddy or if it's a deep drop. I'm not going to go. As long as I can see these rocks, I'll be sweet. Maybe walking on the side would have been better. This is going to be slow going through here. Let me see if I can get over here. Walk along the side here. Oh, it's deep here. It is deep in places. You can see some exposed rocks up there. So I think I'll just walk along the side here. It's not deep, like it's ankle deep. But unfortunately, it's slow going. Otherwise, I'm going to dirty my shorts. Let me see how deep it is, actually. Okay, it's coming up to my shins. The River of Love. That's what we've got to be careful of. Bits of quicksand or sticky mud, as we should. Jeez, we haven't gone very far. Let's see if I can get a picture with that reflection there. That looks nice, doesn't it? Actually looks beautiful. There is a dry bank up here, probably halfway up or a quarter of the way up. I can see some dry ground. We can get our bearings. I'll just give you 80,000 lumens up here, just to give you an idea what it looks like. How dark it is. At the moment, I think I've got it on about 11,000 lumens on this X75 Ace Beam. So Sugarloaf, Richmond Vale number 2. It does get rather shallow here. So we're back to dry ground in a second. As I said before, 1857, closed 1962. And if you have a look on the RailNet site, you will find one picture from 1987. So again, you can compare that to the ones that I take. I did not look on YouTube to see if anyone has taken video of these 3 tunnels. I like to surprise myself. I thought there might be a ventilation shaft here, and that's the reason why all this water, but I'm trying to think how it gets in. It just must come in from the track there, because I can't see any water up above. There's a nice little spider there. There's a couple of them. Let's get a couple of pictures of these guys. Right, one there and one there. Here's his mate. Hope they're not jumping spiders. Tub of ice cream. That brickwork looks too new, doesn't it? How can this be from 1857 with brickwork like that? Do you think it's been restored? It looks like we've got a bit of a dry, sandy bit here, and then we're back in the water again. Sorry for the constant stopping, but as you know, there's only one guy to do the narrating, the distance measuring, and the picture taking. All right, we're back in water. Let me put the camera away, just in case I need two hands. I'd say this will be the longest out of the three. How do you think I'm going to go measuring this? Do you think I'll be able to do it? I'll tell you one thing, trying to get around those manhole covers there, the manhole slots, might be a bit of an issue. I'll have to come on the bottom of them. I wonder how many people film this flooded, walking through it, splish-splashing around. Plenty of bugs in here. All right, let me get closer to the end because this might get a bit boring for you guys. And we'll take a few pictures of the other side. And this one's a rather dark tunnel. I don't know how much you guys can see. Let me just put it up one more. I've just got to be careful that I don't diminish my run times on this light. I got a little dry patch once again. Looks like an old sleeper possibly from back in the day. There's another dry patch there as well. Let me drop this down. So far hasn't been too bad slippery wise. You can see in the middle here, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's raised a little bit of the path. It looks like someone's come through on a bike. I doubt those guys that were hoping to come through here that I spoke to earlier on in the day rode on through. But I do like that there's sections where you can jump back up on dry land. So you've got one stretch at the beginning, then you've got a little bit of dry land, then you've got another stretch, dry land, a little stretch here, dry land, gravel, and you've got a fairly long stretch here, but I can see dry land before the portal and I can't see any water after that. So as long as we get through this bit here, we'll be okay. It does get rather deep in this section. You can climb up on the side here, but it doesn't last. I can see shoe prints here. It doesn't last for very long. I see someone's ridden their bikes along here as well. Another couple of manholes. See, that's pretty deep in there. I'm going to have to drop back down now. I have to be very careful I don't slip. Let me turn this off because I can already feel myself sinking in. Can't even pull my thong out. There is a section in the middle here which you can walk along, and once again we're back on dry land. Small little section to go now. And we'll be at the northern portal. So how many of these manholes were there? I think 3 or 4. These are the last, it looks like. This is going to be tricky measuring this, but I'm determined to do it. I've got to just make sure I get all the video and all the pictures walking through this time around, because there'll be no filming with my contraption going back the other way. Not a lot of graffiti in this one either. Alright, we're nearing the end now. That was slow going here. It is so muddy and so slippery, just this last little bit of section. See, even here, look how far I've dropped down. If you're not careful, you're going to go arse over tit. There is just so much mud, soot, silt below me. Okay, look, even with me just walking slowly, look how it's going up over the edge. So once upon a time they tried to have this cordoned off, closed off, so you couldn't get through. Shit, even here, when you think you're out, you're still not. Come on, baby. A little bit more without falling. That's it. Well done. Well done. So it looks like there. Let's get a few pictures of the northern portal, and then we'll walk on through and see how long this baby is. How are you, north side? Your southern side said to say hello, and your elder brother, Richmond Vale #1, says that he misses you. Now that's a hard one to get through. Just walk up here a little bit and just see. I notice a sign here, so you can come in from another direction if you're not prepared to walk through it. You can get to both portals and at least take pictures of the portals. I don't know what track you would have to go. Where I park my car on the side of George Booth Drive, you would head like if you're heading towards Cardiff, and there is a place that you can park that I gather gets you on a trail and brings you down this trail here. So the Hunter Expressway is just here, and George Booth Drive must be over there. Let me just have a look on this compass here. At the moment I am north-south. So pretty much north-south when you aim the camera to over here. It's got it. Yeah, north-south, east-west really, until you straighten up. Let's get an exact direction of this. So if I'm facing the tunnel here, I'm just wondering if this torch is playing havoc with my compass, because I've wrapped it around it. Yeah, it's more on the northern side. It's not exactly north, but more on the northern. Alright, I'm going to get a few pictures of the portal from this side, and then I'm going to make my way back through, and I'll start up again on the other side and let you guys know exactly how long this baby is. Boy, was that an effort. My left arm is so sore. I had to walk through bare feet because it's the first time my plugs have come out from my boomerangs. The silt up the top there on the other end was so deep that it sucked in my boomerang, and I had to pull it out by hand and carry him. So I was carrying the torch. Yo! Oh, it's my echo. I thought someone was walking down. Hello! So what I did, I walked down the left-hand side from the northern end, and I've got the measuring wheel here. I'll point it down, hopefully you guys can see, so there's no... Can you make out what that says? 394.4. So just under 400 meters. Just under 400 meters Optimus Prime was holding that thing along the side of the wall. Now it might not be completely accurate, but it's definitely not above 400 meters. It's below it. So I would say anywhere in between, to be safe, 380 to 394. So I think I'm pretty confident with those figures. So I would say 390 to 394. So the first one was what, 166? This one I'm pretty sure will be the longest out of all three. Just nearing the end of the trail. You guys will be happy again. I've had to switch to the mobile phone. I must have got a little bit of water in the camera again. Although there's something wrong with this Lumix, even though it dried out after that Batonga episode. The drainage on the batteries is very quick, so it's affected the electronics inside somehow. So it looks like I'm going to have to bury this camera somewhere. I'm going to have to buy a new one. It's served its course. I bought it back in 2020. It's now 2025. It's recorded hundreds of explores for me, so we can't complain there. So as I said, you're coming back out this trail. It probably takes you about 10 or 15 minutes to get to the portal. So just be mindful when you're coming down from George Booth Drive. You'll be walking along the bitumen, the tar there. As soon as you hop off, you're right on what would have been the railway back in the day. So I'll walk down here and show you. So as you walk down here, you can take the top road if the bottom one's muddy, but if I was you, my recommendation, go the way the trains used to come up, through the gully down there. So head straight down that way, you'll get to Richmond Vale number 1, 165, 166 metres in length. And then once you finish that, you'll come up to where you can see the bitumen again. Turn right. Once again, you'll head along the railroad there. You'll come to Richmond Vale, or Sugarloaf as it's known, Richmond Vale number 2. And that's 394, did we say, metres in length. And then once you complete that, you can walk all the way, if you like, up to Richmond Vale 3, but it is a fair hike from what I saw on Google Maps. I'm going to head back out onto George Booth up here, back to the car, and I'll show you exactly where to park to complete the triple treat. That's it, fellas. Thanks for joining me on this second tunnel of the day. Sugarloaf / Richmond Vale number 2. Look at all these tracks for these dirt bikers. I came across 3 coming back from Sugarloaf there. I gather that's their car there. So that's the sign you have to look out for. Stockrington State Conservation Area. Park anywhere here. Not in front of the gate, but anywhere around here. I'm going to head back up to my car, which is there. So until I see you, on the next adventure or explore. Adios.